gave you the floor and allowed you respect to have that floor to complete your thoughts so that everything that you were going to say, you can say. So if you would like to be cut off, if you want to cut me off, I don't mind. Do whatever you need to do for you. I'm okay with taking however you want to speak, or I'm not offended. And
Has to absolutely be one of the most arrogant people I've ever met in my life. Absolutely one of the most arrogant. And just in the words of Kevin Samuels,
I like to hear a woman make a lot of sound.
and that's the difference between men and women, brothers. A lot of times when men gain accolades, raises, whatever you want to say, they can't wait to share their spoils with the people they really love. You know, your treasure. These females, they just want everybody to know how smart they are, so they just talk and talk and talk and talk. And on one hand, try so hard in front of an audience to look like you're together, but you really ain't. You really ain't. And that's why under certain circumstances, these brides are gonna always act like this and try to overtalk
so even going back to when you were saying that, you were saying something about how now when people do stuff and now people hate you. Who said somebody hated you? I don't hate you.
We rep love here, his love here, not hatred. And I would never do anything like that to you or anybody else. Not to make myself look good, not to get Insta fame, Facebook likes, or anything. I would never do that to another individual. This ain't what we do. We don't do it for clout. We don't do it for people to view our show. We don't care if you view. We're not here for you. We're here for the whosoever. There are people out here that are dying. Our children are dying.
you. Yep, I call absolute cap, knock it off, because this is what it sounds like when people try to talk fast and they tried to push their narrative so strong. That's why she didn't want to let me talk, because this is what she does. I already know that's what she does. I already had a conversation with my brother before I got on hours ago. I told him hours ago, everything, I'm not going to act the way you want me to act. You did. We had conversations about this hours ago. You did exactly what I knew you would do, which is why, if you could tell, there's no sound. There's no people cutting me off. There's not all that extra stuff. Because at the end of the day, even when you in court, cross-examination and all that stuff, you cut people off right when they're lying. Right when they're lying. And she knows I got all the facts. She knows it.
I don't even
No,
care.
that's
My
okay.
my
So
my
so
my my
so now
opinion behind the
now
entire thing, you can even ask Lord Ty. I laughed about it.
lie.
It's funny. It's
Okay.
even funnier. It's even
So
funnier
how
that you would grow to this length yet again to just to display, or if this is your job in society to like you said, scrutinize, and it's your job to make these videos, do your job, sir.
I don't know what it's called. I just know the sound it makes when it lies.
So I don't care. It's not going to stop me from being a friend to you. It's not going to stop me from talking to you.
Ma'am, you're not my friend. You never were. And as I said before, this is how we got here in 2021. This is how we got here in 2026. People, I can pull up each footage of multiple individuals that are either on your show or on Ty's show who have said something to you about that doggone word friend. How you just throw it around and just, I don't do that. I don't do that. So, nah, we ain't friends.
I don't call you a hater. I'm not upset with you. I don't care about this like that. What I do care is about Rock Truth and the namesake behind it. If your opinion is your opinion, speak your opinion. I'm fine with your opinion, but bring on the facts.
You usually see a great number of people that
Okay.
prove your friendship.
Okay.
So if you go in,
Okay. Trying to work here. Okay. 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 Wait. Okay. 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 Out. Okay. You like your wife. You like your. Okay. Out. Okay. Okay. No more.
around just ain't trusting, ain't being honest with people all throughout your life, I trust you ain't lying that
She
many times.
didn't say being
I promise
I
you
dishonest.
did.
not.
I
You are a
did.
person.
See how nothing's changed? And how about y'all let somebody finish their thought? Because in that particular clip, in that particular moment, when I continue to go on, I eventually say, when it's pertaining to people that you're in a relationship with, If you're not being honest with them, then you know what I'm saying, you playing all these word salad games, it's gonna be a problem. But Gail and Oprah over there, trying to hold, be in lockstep with each other. That's what they bragged on the other day about. And yeah, it doesn't matter if they're wrong, they're gonna still be in lockstep. I don't know how you get husbands this way. And then you look at the individuals and you see the paper trail, and they're telling you no matter what they did, they're gonna jump over the people that did right. It doesn't matter how qualified you are. If you tried your best to do the right thing, they say they're ahead of you.
Of
I never,
integrity
I
and you
So
never
are
so
said
being
by
that.
the time
honest.
we get to a
I never.
relationship,
And as far as, or the
Okay.
truth rather,
And
and as
and,
far
and that's
as my memory is concerned, I openly state it wasn't like I came on. It was like I'm so definite and I'm so sure. I said I haven't. I am telling you how I function. However, so I can't still comment on what information that I know until something is represented. He played
but
those
you don't know
clips
it.
today.
You
He
don't
played
know it
those
though.
clips today that verified everything that
I like to hear a woman make a lot of sound.
I said by playing the clips. Nothing was contradictory.
I've already had people that have messaged me while you were talking saying you're
I
running
don't
yourself
act
into a
like
hole.
I care about these people that's
It doesn't
messaging
it
you
doesn't it
as
doesn't
much
matter
as I
if you can.
care about this entire
Here's the
conversation that
thing.
we're having. That
It
you could
doesn't
have had with
matter.
me privately and
Here it
decided to
is.
take it to the airways and then
Were
take it
y'all
to
private?
videos
Were
instead of
y'all private?
off at what he did and how he attempted, for me, how he attempted to display both of us. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, what? Like, don't do that. Like you're damaging our character because of what I felt at the time, something you were personally dealing with, not us. You know what I
And it
mean? Like,
was. It
yeah.
was.
And so I'm just
You
like,
admitted to
that's
that.
not.
Mm-hmm.
But after
Yep. Go
hindsight,
ahead and retract,
no, you damaged your own character. You know how many people are continuing to give their reactions to you from years ago up until now, and you're still over here talking about you don't care? Then stop getting on people's shows. Stop regurgitating things you've heard me say. Stop regurgitating other things you heard other people say. Have your own thoughts. You absolutely do care because you need the freaking audience. It makes no sense to say you don't care when you know doggone well you need the audience and you use the audience. And that's why you're on your show making your little rant. And at the end of the day, everything about your little rant proves that you were the one crashed out, you were the one hurt, you were the one about to cry dang there on screen. Now you want to talk about how I didn't know if I could sue or not. I was just talking to da 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 da. Yeah, we know that.
okay. Remember when we made Dwayne crash out?
oh my
And
God.
we were talking about Fred. He crashed out
Yeah,
so bad.
yes, he did. Yes, he did. 6 episodes. He did a 6 episode series.
Lie.
I didn't know it was that many. I think I only saw like the first two or three, and then after that, I went on about my day. I didn't even watch the whole thing.
No, me either.
I just
Me
listened to like the
either.
first 2 minutes. Was like, oh, he's still mad.
Right. Still upset. Still upset. I was so angry. I was so pissed off. I was so pissed off at what he did because
Same
I was
here.
ready to fight. I wanted to fight. I forgot I was a whole queen.
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
I will fight you. I will fight you out here.
You will continue to hear these broads self-proclaim themselves queens. That's why I ask now, two E's or E and an A, because they always want to self-proclaim themselves queens because they have to skip steps. They want to try to make themselves first, knowing they last, because they ain't qualified. So much so that you can't even let a king marry you. Let the king marry you first, then call yourself the queen. Y'all got to skip steps when there's only certain ways you could be a queen. So the greatest of ways is to be married. And a lot of you don't want to hear it, but when you did what you did with that man that you claim to have married, it's over for you. It's over because you don't understand the things that happen in your body that now you're walking around talking about you divorced. Come on, man. And that's why you've always had issues with me. And that's why you'll continue to have issues with me. Really, you won't because you won't have to see me. Like I said, you're not my friend. But the way you loosely throw terms around and then wonder why people push back on it, that's a you problem. That's a personal problem. That's for you to figure out. But I told you behind closed doors, since you want to talk about closed doors, now I didn't want to talk to you behind closed doors because of how you treat people in front when the doors are open, when everything's is out there. Then you want people to come to the closed doors and it's still the same. You don't listen. You don't want to hear anything. I've told you behind closed doors, you're masculine. That's how I always saw you. That's how you always present yourself. It wasn't too much different tonight. But you wasn't going to throw no hands. You wasn't ready for that. Stop it.
Goodbye, Grace.
I'm up out of here. I ain't gonna play with her. I'm out, baby.
Hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell.